Hey everybody, Nick with the Bass Hookup here, and today we're starting off down here in the basement. First thing I want to say is welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're not new, you know we do a monthly giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment in one of the videos, and every first of the month we randomly select a comment. One of you guys get a hold of you and give away half our YouTube income. So make sure you getting that as free. The more that the channel makes, the more we give back. So that's how that works. This video right here, I like to tinker around with baits and things like that. And I'm sure you guys have seen the craze with like that like dice looking bait with the silicone arms coming out of it, and people making their own Ned baits and Neko baits, like Senkos with silicone arms coming out of them and everything like that. And what really makes me want to do this is I brought somebody out the other day, and they pulled out a Hellgrammite worm. And the drop shot and a regular Senko, a Nico rig Senko Ned bait wasn't really getting bit. But this Hellgrammite worm was getting bit, and it was getting a lot of looks. I could see the fish on forward facing. When that thing would get within view, they'd all want to go over there and check it out. So showing the fish something different definitely has something to it. So I tested it out already, but I want to show you guys now. And I'm throwing it on a Neko rig. This is one of the best Neko rig baits, and I think the best bait for a Neko rig, because it holds up. I can use it fish after fish, and they have not seen it before, but it's going to take a little bit of ingenuity by you guys if you want to copy this. It's very simple though, very simple. You could use some old silicone strands off of your spinnerbait skirts, jig skirts, or if you're a bait builder, if you want to go purchase off of a bait building shop or tackle warehouse, or go to Bass Pro Shop or wherever you're at, get some silicone skirt, some rubber skirt material is very easy to do. But the key is, I think, the worm, and that's what makes this rig so good. As you all know, or maybe you don't, I'm going to show you later on exactly the Neko rig setup, the weight, the worm, the hook, everything like that. Right now, it's just going to be setting up the worm, getting this thing ready. All right. So number one, the worm right here. The Z-Man Fatty Z. And this color right here is the Bruiser. It's the Bruiser color by Tackle Warehouse. That's where I got these. It's kind of a June bug and then like a green pumpkin mix, half and half. Almost like a laminate color. Natural looking color. It's a good color. Been catching a lot of fish on it. And now, the elastic material is almost indestructible. The bad thing about it is, if you leave it in a container, a storage container, a Ziploc or whatever with a different type of material, it's gonna melt and ruin all your stuff. So that's the one thing I hate about it. What I love about it, really hard to destroy. And I'll show you that again in a few minutes when we get out on the water, how to rig this thing Neko rig style. Right now, we're just gonna make this unique. The fish have seen a lot of these. They've seen a lot of stick baits, and I'm telling you, there's something to, and I could see it on forward facing, something to showing them something new, something they haven't seen. So we're gonna do that right now. So you need your worm. I highly recommend the Fatty Z, the Z-Man Fatty Z, whatever color is your favorite. And then whatever color skirt material. So I have this skirt material right here. It's a green pumpkin, like purple flake to it. So it kind of matches that worm. So I have that skirt material. That's one of them. And then I have a smoke. This is actually a smoke purple skirt material right here. Again, matches that June bug. And we can mix it up. And then the only tool you'll need is something like this. It's kind of like a sewing needle. This right here is actually just a wire that I crimped on the end to make into like its own needle, because we're going to put the silicone skirt through here, push it through that worm, and that's what's going to make the arm. So first, I have my tabs here, smoke purple. I'm going to cut the tabs so I could get individual strands of this skirt. And the cool thing about this is that you could be as creative as you want. You could make the legs as long as you want. You could make them as short as you want. You could put them at all different angles and things like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm grabbing one single strand of my skirt material, and then I'm gonna thread it through the eye of my needle right there, like that. And then I'm gonna get it about even. Get it about even, okay? So once I do that, very easy. I'm gonna take my worm. I'm looking at it. Well, where do, you know, like I said, be creative. You can put it through anywhere you want. I'm just gonna go down the line and just put maybe 6 to 8 appendages sticking off of this thing. I'm gonna start right here at the tip. See, pushing it through. I'm gonna pull it through like this, all right? And then all I wanna do is I'm gonna pull one half of this out, leave the other half on the other side. So it looks like that right there. It looks like that right there right now. 2 little crawdad tentacles sticking off. And it's fine, they're a little long. I'll leave them like that right now. They're a little long. Like I said, you could take scissors, trim them. And that's all you do. I'll show you one more time, and then I'll probably speed up this footage just to get to the end where we're trimming it. But I'm taking the needle, I'm taking my silicone material, putting that through there, just like that, and then pushing that through my worm. Take my worm, so I have one right there at the tip. I'm just gonna go down maybe 1/2 inch, stick another one through. Just gonna pop that through. Again, this material, this Z-Man material works great for this because it's not gonna leave a hole, and it, you know, you stick that needle through, it's not leaving a hole, it wants to collapse back down, and it holds that silicone skirt tight, which is good. So I'm gonna pull that skirt material, and now I have 2 strands like that. And I'm gonna keep on going down the line and adding these. So I'm gonna speed up the video right here. You guys will see the end product. All right, so there is my end product right there. I got a weird looking bait, bunch of legs sticking out of it. You guys can see that right there. Bunch of legs sticking out of that thing, just every about 1/2 inch. Something the fish haven't seen, those legs are gonna move freely as it's falling. And as you twitch that thing on the Neko rig, it looks good. It looks weird. It looks weird, but we're gonna go out on the water and I'll show you how much they like it. So that's one. I'm gonna put together one more. I think all I need is 2 of these. I think I've caught so far like 30 fish off of 2 of these things because they never come off. You don't even need an O-ring. So I'm gonna show you guys that once we get out on the water. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, we're out here on the water. So now I'm gonna show you the Neko rig itself, how to set it up, how I set it up. And to me, this is the most durable Neko rig you can get. The one problem with Neko rig is always that, and I see a couple fish right there. Shoot, might be a different type of day. Weather is nice, but a couple fish swimming right there. Is that when you hook those fish, you usually are using an O-ring to connect the hook to that bait. The weight comes out as those fish flop around. You lose a lot of baits. So this is the most durable one I found, and we're gonna use that bait we set up. So got my spinning rod. I got 8-pound test. You could go down to 6, you could go down to 4. So I'm just throwing an 8-pound test here, 8-pound fluorocarbon, P-line tactical, nothing tied to it. All I need to do is grab me a hook, which I have right down here. And this is just a standard drop shot hook. And that's all I'm using. I think this is a number 2 drop shot hook right here. And I like to tie a Palomar knot on most of my stuff. So let me go ahead and do that. Quick Palomar knot, it's very quick. Double loop, goes through the eye. You make a regular overhand knot. You take your loop end, put that over the hook, wet it down, and tighten it all snug, just like that. Done. Real quick. Cut off the tag end. Okay. Cut that tag end off, and now I need my worm. And again, we're using that worm. We got the Z-Man Fatty Z and the bruiser, and we spiced it up. So we got them legs on it. just like that right there. Kind of looks like a centipede or one of those hellgrammite baits. Just something different to show the fish. So looks like that right there. And all you have to do to Neko rig it is this end. I'm going to put the weight in a second. So right here in the nose of it, this is my tail. It's going to be standing up. The bait's going to be standing up just like that on the bottom. So it's going to be standing up like this. I don't want to put my hook in sideways like a wacky rig. Okay, otherwise my hook's going to be exposed to grass and snags and things. I don't want to put my hook in this way going down towards the sinker. All I want to do is run it just like this from here. You could do it where the egg sac is. That's usually where I go in at. And just run it straight up that bait and back out. Just like that. Just like that right there. Sinker's going to go down here. Sinker that you use with this is going to be the Shrooms Spike. I think that's what it's called, but this is a Z-Man Shroom Spike in the 1/6 ounce. That's the heaviest they make it. And I'm going down 30-35 feet, so I like it heavy. And you're going to take that spike and just insert it right into the nose end of that bait. And it's tough to do with the Elastec. So you have to use these spikes. And what I do is I push it real hard in and give it about a half twist. And then it's in there. See how snug that is right there? So now you got your Neko rig right here. The hook is facing tip up towards the tail, which is important. So when this thing actually comes through cover really well, because when this thing, your line is like this, pulling on it, that acts like it's a weed guard. So you're pulling it up over cover like this. If that hook was down, you'd snag the cover. But since it's pointing up, when you're pulling that bait over things, it's coming over things. There's a limb or whatever. It comes over like this. It doesn't get a lot of snags, rocks, you know, even the wood, it comes through pretty good. So that's the bait. It's going to be sitting up like that. And this stuff also floats. So another reason to use it, floats up in the water column like that. So this is on the bottom. This floats up naturally because of the material. And the legs are moving and everything. That's our setup right there. Now, all that's left to do, catch us some fish. All right, so we're marking a few fish. See one out there at about 58 feet or so. And we're gonna throw our little bug down there and see how this fish reacts to it. See if I could get close to it here. See if my bait, let's see, where's my bait? There's my bait going down. Kind of missed that fish, but we'll see if we see anything come to it. Oh, there's one coming to it on the screen. You guys can see that mark. There's like 2 or 3 looking at it. Check my drag. Kind of tight. I'm just gonna work it just like you would any Neko. I think I might have one on there. Yep. Oh my gosh. Guys, first cast on the fall. See, I missed those fish and they came to it. There it is. Choked it. Just choked that thing right there. All right. There we go. There's that bug. The bass on a bug. Funny looking bait, but I'll tell you what, there's something to do with showing these bass something they have not seen. And we're going to easily get this hook removed. Nice and clean. There we go. All right, guy, go on back. So it's like what I was saying with the durability of this thing. You see how that bait slid up the line? if that was any other bait, it'd be gone. This, I could just pull my hook right back through there and catch another fish. Now, line breakage, that's another thing. If you're using light line, you know, retie. But that is perfect. Weight's still in there. Everything's good to go. And I'm seeing more fish out there, I believe. We'll go for that guy right there at 40. May have went too far, it may not. Let's see here. Oh, I did. I'm way out there. 60, so I'm just gonna reel it. So it goes right here. All right, 30, just past 30 feet. I'm going right down to those fish. Let's see if we see some come over to look at it. Hit the bottom right there. And that fish at 30 something, looks like it was curious, came over there to look at it. Oh, one ate it. One ate it. Yep, got him. That fish that came over to look at it had to eat it. What do we got here? A little bass, yep. Little guy. That's why I was thinking they were bluegill. This guy's not very big. Not very big, but it's a fish. That's two fish real quick. That's two fish really quick. All right, little guy right there. We need to see if we can find some bigger ones. But as you guys could imagine, with all those little tentacles sticking out, it's something they haven't seen, and those little tentacles are probably constantly moving. Even if I'm not moving the bait, just the little bit of current or whatever that's in the water is making those things move around. So it's constantly putting off some type of frequency out there for the bass to feel. I really like that fish that's sitting out there like at 55. That looks like a better fish. One right there at 40. See if it'll go down there and eat it. Went down to it. Oh, it's on there. Yep. Feels like another little one though. May have been swimming this way, but doesn't feel very big. Fish number 3. Not big, he's not small. Good fish. Swim straight down to it and ate it. Good fish. Yeah, good one. Nice. Right in the roof of the mouth. Nice fish on that, on the little bug we made. Again, it just slid right up the line. Slide the line right back through, just like hollow body frog. You know, if you ever get hollow body frogs when the line slides through. But we're back in business. My line's getting a little frayed. I think I catch one more fish and then I got to retie. There's a couple right there at 30. Let's see here. Bait going down, down, down. See if anything comes up to greet it. Oh, yep. Look at those guys. Dang, look at them all come off the bottom. Wow. One's got to eat it. Oh, one's on there. Got him. That was crazy. Didn't even see all those other fish on the bottom. They had to come up to look at this thing though. Jeez. It's fighting good. Now, that's what we were talking about, the power of showing them something new. You know, they're really interested in it. Probably the best one of the day right here. I'm gonna, oh, he's barely hooked. I'm just gonna lip him because my line's frayed. Nice fish right there though. Kind of want to drop down there and catch those bluegills. Here. Momentary break from the video. I need to retie this anyway, so I'm gonna cut that off. I have a beetle spin. I don't want to use the blade portion. I just want to use the beetle portion, I guess. That little guy right there. Let's see what these guys are down here and see how big they are. These bluegill get big in here. Let's check it out. Do a quick, simple knot and see if we can get anybody interested. Let's see here. My little tiny dot going down right there. I mean, little tiny. Let's see here. Can I get anybody? Oh, got one. Dude, it feels giant, honestly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These things are huge. Look at that bluegill. Dude, they're big. They big. Look at that. Look at how big this thing is. I mean, bigger than my hand. Jeez. Way bigger than my hand. Look at that. Look at that guy. Whew. Choke that little tiny thing right there. Jeez. Look at that. This guy's huge. I'm gonna let him go. There's way more down there. I'm gonna stay right here on my knees. There's so many down there. Okay, those guys are really hard to catch. Really hard to catch. Going back to the... But we did find out they are bluegill. That's why I wasn't getting bit on the Neko rig. I don't know why. They're big enough to eat it. They just don't want to eat it. But I'm tying back on the Neko rig. And we're going to search for a few more bass here before the sun goes down. Daylight savings, I'll tell you, takes away all that daylight after work. So, don't have much time at all. But at least I know freshly retied. And I also know that was a big group of bluegill, so we are going to go look for some bass now. My bait going down, there we go. I think I'm on bottom. Right by a whole bunch of fish. I feel like I'm casting back into that big school bluegill though. Oh nope, got one. That guy stopped it. Felt like a better one too. The way he ate it. Just stopped it. Look at all those fish on the screen. And he's not really a better one. But that's number 3 or 4 on the special secret, top secret Neko bait there. Number 3 or 4 on that guy. Right down on you, boys. 20 feet. Just go down there and eat it. I see you going down there looking at it. Oh, gotcha. Little. Come on. Trying to end it off on a good one. If I can find a good one. That's the hard part right now. Cannot hook into a big one here. Get a ton of these little guys. Ooh, he's flying over to it. That fish flew over to it right at 40 feet. Does he got it? Oh, nope. Oh, now he does. Now he does. I just had to move it a little bit. There he is. There he is. That was awesome. All right. I'm going to end it on that. Sun's going down. All right, guys. As you can see, make your own Neko rigs. You could make Ned rigs. You could experiment with all different baits, because you could do this to anything. You could do this with your craw baits, anything. But I'll tell you what, the combination of those legs on that Fatty Z with that weight, it lasts forever and ever. And that's what I always hated about Nekos. They come off so easily. But this guy right here just keeps going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. All right, hope you guys learned something new today. Hopefully you guys go out there and experiment, and we'll see you next time. Got one on the copperhead way up shallow. Whew. Nicest one of the day. Ow, spike me. I'm trying to get you back in, boy. Come on, fish. Nice one right there on the copperhead. Headed back home. Bonus fish.